Thank you all for joining this evening. This is the concluding session of what has been 12 weeks of work together. During the first month of the Academy, we had a chance to dive deep into cooperatives, really thinking critically about how are they governed, how are they managed, what does it look like to actually structure this kind of business. Then we transitioned to consider what it looked like to actually develop a business model and come together with folks to kind of really ground that business model in collaboration and transparency and continuous learning, democratic governance and concern for community. And then finally, over the past 4 weeks, or 3 weeks, I suppose, the teams have had a chance to build their own co-ops, to start actually developing pitches. And we're excited here to have 8 teams tonight who have worked together to develop these transformational and exciting cooperative businesses.
We came up with the idea for SWIFT Wellness, which is an acronym for Statewide Initiative for Trans Wellness. Our mission is to facilitate TLGBTQ cultural sensitivity training with a focus on healthcare providers to empower them to provide passionate and affirming care.
Right now, 33% of the transgender and non-conforming community have experienced some sort of discrimination in a healthcare setting in the last year. TLGBTQ people are protected from healthcare discrimination by the Affordable Care Act, and providers are desperately in need of assistance in training their staff and tailoring their policies and procedures to be affirming spaces. So it is our goal with this education co-op to provide resources to medical schools and people that are entering the healthcare industry that need insight and knowledge about our community and our needs.
So after decades of dominance by predominantly capitalistic food producers, healthy local foods have become somewhat of a luxury. And we want to change that. And we have to get to the root of it. So our cooperative is based on, we want to grow and distribute foods locally and cooperatively, predominantly providing for underserved communities with access to these kinds of foods, and to deepen our relationship to the land and thus to our foods through participatory community education. We grow it, we eat it, right? So we grow locally and sell locally. To the root of it will be a community-focused grocer, providing food grown by local farmers and supporting local food-focused initiatives and providers. We really want to focus on seasonal local fruits and vegetables as being our priority in order to kind of yield the best results, the highest nutritional value as well.
Our team obviously is from South Florida, and we're comprised of a majority of neurodivergent adults, here to speak about the need in the community for us to be able to get financial autonomy and acceptance in society. Our concern is that they misunderstand disabled people all the time. It's something where our humanity is even forgotten. And it's a shame, because there's a lot we have to offer if we would just be given the proper supports and the opportunity. So it matters, because there's 25% of the population is disabled as of right now. It needs to be something that everybody can have access. Everybody can feel seen and heard and really get an equitable opportunity to still be a part of society. Because when the people that are, in the most need of support get that support, the whole community can thrive. Hive is going to take the best practices of inclusivity and accessibility and create a dynamic workspace. And in that ecosystem, we're going to be constantly growing and changing with the needs of the diverse population. The strength is that all of us are going to unite to offer a more diverse package of solutions to the community and the neighboring businesses. So everybody's going to get to grow. And instead of just one worker, we're going to offer a whole hive of solutions.
This is the People's House. We are a movement incubator space, which is a culmination of multiple things, actually. It's essentially a space where people can come together as a community to be able to communicate, discuss, and host forums on different ideas, especially relating towards politics. In the wake of the polarization of, Miami and Florida, there's not really a space for people to be able to come together and just be able to share ideas in a civil democratic way. And we want to host a space for that. One of the main problems in our communities that we're targeting is a lack of communal spaces. Especially in the wake of the pandemic, there really has been a strong shutdown of places that people would normally gather and meet up, such as like shopping malls, even like certain public parks are not really as visited anymore. And there's not really a space for people to just come and hang out and to be able to have discussions together, to be able to just break bread together and have, genuine conversation with each other. So we wanted to be able to combat that.
Vanessa and I are part of a co-op, we'll start soon, Lash on the Beach in the Nails. And our motto is community is beauty. So the problem that we are facing or attacking in our community is in the beauty industry, there aren't often bodies of businesses that provide top quality service with a community environment to empower locals. Our mission to attack that is to bring the beauty industry to the larger community by partnering with local entrepreneurs and businesses to highlight the importance of community engagement through learning and beauty and having a sense of belonging. So as a business, we will provide top quality service and engage the community and local and support local entrepreneurs.
And we're Movement Wellness on Wheels. Our mission is a mobile healing space that helps solve mind and body issues in underserved communities by offering low-cost, community-driven services, including life coaching, healing services, hands-on nutrition, hygiene education, professional art, and skill-building workshops. Our values are adaptability, accountability, healing justice, and joy. There's a need in the community to provide education for daily skills due to underfunded public schools and other public services. Many households have parents who do not have enough time or resources to replace these institutions in their children's life or have enough time outside their 40-plus hour jobs to help their children with these skills. Even if they get past cultural stigma around wellness, access continues to be a problem. Part of that solution is that a lot of our communities believe that this is for like people who are more privileged than them or white people or whatever. And so just bringing it directly to them in the space for low cost to free gives them access and also creates community while doing it. So these are just a few ideas.
We are Black Sheep Bakery. Black Sheep Bakery is focused on the problems of food insecurity for the working class, as well as the ecological impact of globally produced goods and the lack of safe spaces for local anti-fascist community members. And here we have a little graphic. It's a little blurry, but basically it's a map showing food deserts in Miami. To help try to meet some of these needs, we will be providing high-quality baked goods that are locally made and locally sourced to minimize environmental impact. And we plan also to distribute our goods to houseless neighbors as we have been doing, and to explicitly protect our space from, the presence of fascism.
Hi, as I said, I'm Abigail. I'm working with Elise, Ada, and Kaylin, and our goal is to be amplifying artists and activists through digital communications. We're a digital worker-owned cooperative collective developing remarkable design and authentic communications. Our co-op prioritizes people over profit, equitable access, and sustainable practices. Our work is created with integrity and a focus on social justice. We are comprised of queer and non-binary digital creators peppered across the country from Washington to Miami. We are used to being thrust onto the front lines, and we're familiar with justice work of all kinds. Our group organized under a mutual desire to provide equitable and accessible digital content. We want to provide full support for other doers and makers through quality service and solidarity pricing.
We provide a premium service that saves them time so they can get back to doing what they do best, creating and impacting their community.